Today, Ambassador Long Dan announced Chinese support for the North Korean claim that they did not intentionally launch the missile that sank the Walsh.
We are monitoring these developments while continuing to seek a peaceful resolution. Make no mistake, the Chinese People's Republic will employ all means at our disposal to protect our interests in the Asian subcontinent.
Our intelligence estimates that the current number of Korean troops massed at the border runs as high as 200,000 men. Monty?
Montgomery Lewis, The Times. Do we know what the possible North Korean strategy will be if diplomatic efforts fail?
We've known for decades that the NKA would move to capture Seoul as quickly as possible, regardless of the cost. And that is how our defenses are structured. But with the capital less than 40 miles from the border, and well within artillery range of the big guns, it is clear that war would be catastrophic in terms of damage done and lives lost.
Fisher, I know you think the shortest distance to solving this problem is to go after Shetland. You might be right. Unfortunately, the diplomatic situation surrounding the Walsh incident is not softening. We are less than 24 hours from open war on the Korean Peninsula. We've located the battery that launched the missile against the Walsh. If there is any credence to the North Korean claim that the launch was unintentional, we need to prove it, and fast.
I've been reverse engineering the data you recovered from Zerkezi's computer in New York. Zerkezi's algorithm is an advanced extrapolation of the mass kernels made infinitely more complex by recursion through Dvorak. I think that if you can access the BIOS memory of the missile launchers at the battery, I should be able to ID a fingerprint that the algorithm would have left on the system.
You'll be doing a halo insertion into a forest 2 clicks east of the battery. You'll enter the battery's secure perimeter and infiltrate via the main air shaft. The battery itself has been around since World War II, but intelligence and satellite imaging show it's been retrofitted several times since then. We have some limited mapping data. We don't know what you'll find.
Since the destruction of the Walsh, the USS Ronald Reagan has assumed CNC duties for the battle group in the Yellow Sea. Our fleet is on red alert. In case of war, we are prepared to conduct precision sorties against high-value targets aimed at reducing North Korean coastal defenses for insertion behind their advancing front. If intelligence indicates that the Koreans are picking a fight, then it's a fight they'll get. Anyone in that battery when the whistle blows better find himself a tin hat and a Bible.
Japanese ISDF has been instrumental in determining that the missile that sank the Walsh was indeed fired from this battery. You have the complete support of all branches of the Japanese self-defense force in order to determine the rationale for this insane move by the Korean aggressors. We do not have the capability to strike the facility directly, but ISDF will use any means at our disposal to interfere with their capabilities in the event that our great American allies are forced to declare war.
Fisher, it's starting to look like war is unavoidable. JCOS is asking all sources for current division-level intelligence.
So, besides stopping World War III, is there anything else I can do for you this evening?
The base commander should have up-to-date intel about NKA divisional strength down the Kaesong-Munsan approach.
I'll try to schedule an appointment with his secretary.
Fisher, since everyone is asking everyone for intel, I'd love to have a few chips at the big table.
What can I get you, Will?
Looks like this battery has repair and maintenance capability for mechanized warfare support. Any shipping or repair logs you can recover would be a big help.
I'll find what I can.
Fisher, it's starting to look like war is unavoidable. JCOS is asking all sources for current division-level intelligence.
So, besides stopping World War III, is there anything else I can do for you this evening?
The base commander should have up-to-date intel about NKA divisional strength down the Kaesong-Munsan approach.
I'll try to schedule an appointment with his secretary.
Fisher, Since everyone is asking everyone for intel, I'd love to have a few chips at the big table.
What can I get you, Will?
Looks like this battery has repair and maintenance capability for mechanized warfare support. Any shipping or repair logs you can recover would be a big help.
I'll find what I can.
Good work, Fisher. Looks like they track shipping and repair through 4 separate departments.
Gotta love military bureaucracy.
See if you can get the logs from the other 3.
Now serving number 67.
In other news, National Home Renovation and Hardware supplier Andy Hardwood launched its official campaign today. Customers are invited to come out and fill out cards and letters of encouragement. Hardwood offers lumber and materials valued at $10. If our boys
Hurry.
All right, well, that's our work done. Let the control room take over.
Who's in the control room?
How should I know?
So what? We're just going to leave the missile hanging there?
Orders. Deliver cargo to loading bay at facility 27-290. Nothing in there about working a bunch of cranes that we're not trained on.
Fair enough.
All personnel are reminded to return their dishes to the kitchen after mealtime.
I saw something there.
Inspection of the West launcher.
And what is your report?
We did every test we could, sir.
And?
And, well, there was no malfunction.
There is an $80 billion warship on the bottom of the sea, sunk by a missile that left this battle. The world is less than 12 hours from a war that will kill millions of people. And you're telling me that there was no malfunction?
We checked everything, sir. I assure you.
Well, Captain, the only two people in this building who could authorize that launch without approval are you and I. I know I did not do it, so if it wasn't a malfunction, I want you to run every test again. Then run whatever test the captain forgot until you find out what the hell happened with my missile. Sir! Yes, sir! Get out of my sight!
That seals it. The missile came from here, but they didn't launch it intentionally.
So that's a good thing. We can avoid a war.
Problem is that someone launched the missile intentionally.
Isn't that someone Doug Shetland using Zerkese's algorithms?
That seems likely, but I still need to see if there's a Dvorak fingerprint in the BIOS of the launcher that fired the missile.
Good work, Sam. One more shipping log to go, and we'll have an accurate picture of their mechanized capabilities in the region.
I'll find it.
This should not be all.
Reminder to all enlisted personnel. Tomorrow is new toothbrush day.
I see what you're thinking, Fisher.
If they're just going to throw protocol to the wind and leave the warhead case unlocked.
Even detonating them won't destroy the battery.
No, but it will make an awful big mess.
Technician log on, report to loading bay 4. Technician log on to loading bay 4.
Isn't this supposed to be off?
Good work, Fisher.
I'm uploading the arming sequence codes for Grimm. Lambert, if worst comes to worst, and I'm still here.
You don't even need to say it, Sam.
What the?
All right, that opened the casing. You can access the motherboard on the launcher itself and recover any routing data from the BIOS.
Good job, Sam. From the parts and transport requests, it looks like this facility is significantly more important than our latest estimates.
Well, you know me. Always where the action is.
Good work, Sam. I'm scanning the BIOS now. Yeah, that's a Dvorak fingerprint.
Where did it come from? Hokkaido? The displaced offices?
Seoul.
What? As in South Korea? Are you telling me the U.S. just got drawn into a war protecting the people that sank the Walsh?
I can't trace it back farther than Seoul.
Well, what do I do?
Sweet Jesus, Fisher. The NKA just committed. They're coming across the DMZ. We're at war.
Why? We just found proof they didn't launch the missile.
Good Lord, speaking of missile launches, that battery just lit up like a smoker getting off an airplane.
They're not targeting our ships, are they?
Active radar is out. Looks like a launch is imminent. Fisher, you need to abort that missile.
You got it, boss.
Black hell! You're too late.
The warhead won't arm until it's a few hundred meters from its target. If I can dig up the abort codes.
Good thinking. Check launch control directly under the platform.
I'm on my way.
Make it fast, Fisher. Flight time on that missile is 3 minutes.
Flight path and targeting computer are showing all green.
Check.
Fire circuit shows green.
Check.
Code lock circuit shows primary target tracking readback start.
Ready for readback.
Primary target carrier bearing 218, range 120 kilometers.
Your readback is correct.
Confirm primary target acquired. Ready.
Good work, Sam. Those are the abort codes.
I still need to bypass the override circuit from the missile control room.
Hurry. The missile is closing on the USS Ronald Reagan at top speed.
Hold on. Did you just tell me I need to win one for the Gipper?
Dude, what does that even mean?
Never mind. You're right, Grim. I am old.
All green. Set to track 1 through 12.
1 through 12, confirmed.
Engagement interface is online. Target tracking.
Good job, Sam. Missile aborted.
That's it? It's dust?
No, but the warhead can't arm. Even if it gets past the Reagan's phalanx, it'll hit the hull and crumple like a beer can.
Crumpling beer cans. That's what sailors are best at, I guess.
Very funny. You need to make your way to extraction.
Right. I'm on my way.
initial estimates place the combined casualty count for the first 24 hours at, oh my God, 6,000? Is this a typo?
90% or more of those are enemy casualties. Estimates put our losses at less than 1,000 men.
Less than 1,000? You say that like it's a good thing.
Sir, it's paranoia. Our saber rattling has their leadership in a panic. It's a preemptive strike. Our own intelligence indicates that they didn't launch that missile intentionally. And until we can prove it, Seoul is on the block.
What are our military options for holding the city?
No reasonable strategic assessment has ever claimed it was possible without nuclear capability. And if that's the way it has to be...
38 hours ago, the NKA committed to open war on the Korean Peninsula. We've known for 50 years that their objective would be to capture Seoul within 72 hours. It appears they have a real shot at it. South Korean and U.S. forces are using orchestrated retrogrades to channel individual NKA divisions along discrete corridors. 6 hours ago, the first of those divisions reached Seoul and is seeking to capture critical infrastructure. High on their list is a telecommunications switching station north of the city. Unfortunately, the IW attack that sank the Walsh came through this switching station. If the NKA gets their hands on that information, they'll be able to justify their invasion and possibly force the world to allow them to hold the country. We need to get that information before they do.
The information warfare attacks that launched the missile that sank the Walsh came through Seoul. I wasn't able to trace them back any further than the switching station, and I don't even know for sure that they didn't originate there. It's entirely possible that South Korea has manipulated us into war by forcing the North to attack the U.S. I would just try and hack my way in, but this is a fat, secure data pipe, and damage caused by the fighting has already isolated most of the entry ports. You need to get in there and recover the data manually, then broadcast it out point to point so we can take a closer look.
CIA maintains several safe houses in Seoul to facilitate insertion of agents and recovery of possible defectors. Usually, they're set up to look like ordinary residences. I'm currently working out a plan to have you forward inserted into one of these safe houses before 2ID performs another major retrograde. Once you're in, our boys will retreat, and the NKA front will overrun and bypass your location, leaving you in the wake of the main force, but still in advance of the support troops. You'll have a small zone of comfort, and I would strongly advise you not to stray from your AO. You don't want to encounter a battalion-sized force.
The USS Ronald Reagan is ready to launch an EA-6B Prowler rigged with a point-to-point laser receiver rig. Your man will be given a special transmitter that will track the plane and transmit the data. This comm setup is 100% secure. Nothing is broadcast, so nothing can be intercepted. Never mind decrypted. Once your man is in position, we'll send in the plane and get the data. But this is still a highly risky operation. Whatever you're promising me better be worth it. These planes are worth $60 million, you know.
Welcome to the 3-block war, Fisher. The main advance has bypassed your position. Expect sporadic fighting among units separated from the main force.
Whose side am I on here?
Your own. You're not a legal combatant. Anyone who sees you will attack on sight, friend or foe.
Listen, there aren't any alarms to worry about, but anyone you encounter will probably already be alert.
I'll be careful.
Fisher, critical update. I have other assets on the ground not far from your position.
Another Splinter Cell?
Splinter Cell's in training. They're on a black bag up. The target was just relocated by NKA Special Forces.
So I need to bring in the target?
No. You need to interrogate one of those special forces to find out where they took you.
Okay.
Don't kill them before you talk to them or I'll pull you out. Good thinking, Fisher. Shut down those propaganda broadcasts and our boys will be in better spirits.
Our boys? I'm just doing it because it's annoying.
Don't get lost. Chubby.
Fisher, you need to interrogate one of their Special Forces troops to find out where they left their passenger.
Stay quiet and you might live.
What? Who?
Shut up. Lambert, I've got one.
Good job, Fisher. I'm gonna patch you through direct. Hold on.
Stay calm. This'll just take a sec.
Okay.
All right, Fisher. Go ahead.
I've got someone who wants to talk to you.
Roger. Ask him where they took John.
Where did you take John?
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's not answering. Should I kill him?
Negative, negative.
All right. They say I should kill you, so...
Wait, okay. John, we moved him to a cyber cafe just off the fish market by the river.
Is that what you needed to know, guys?
Affirmative. Thanks a lot, sir. We owe you one.
Welcome to the team. You want to tell me what's going on, Lambert?
Sorry, Fisher, but you're getting too old for this kind of work.
Stop listening to Grip. If you go by her definition of old, you'd need to issue diapers with every set of goggles.
If I listen to you much longer, it'll be adult undergarments.
That was cruel.
Sam, a Predator drone just spotted a mobile command center in the area up ahead. See if you can tap it for intelligence.
You don't want me to take it out?
No, we could have done that with the Predator.
Wait!
Wow, I feel safer already.
I'm going to start the tests.
All right. See something. No address. Am I seeing things? What the hell?
Good job, Sam. With an inside line on the NKA's command network, we should be able to funnel useful intelligence to the regs.
Always happy to lend a hand.
Good job, Sam. There's only one more propaganda broadcast set up in your area.
Next.
Way to go, Fisher. It's the last of their propaganda stations in this area.
Thank God. Starting to lose my mind.
Fisher, those are the main servers for the National Data Trunk.
Yeah.
Every bit of data that moves through here gets tagged in transit.
It's smaller than I thought.
And getting smaller every year. Listen, You need to recover the main drive so I can see if the attack that launched the missile came from somewhere else first. Good. Now get that drive up to the roof and we'll transmit it to the EA-6B.
Why can't you just read it from here?
It'll take too long to guarantee a secure link. And if the DPRK intercepts it...
Then this mission is a waste of time.
There's something strange about anti-aircraft tracer fire. Night sky. Beautiful. Better than looking at boring old stars, that's for sure.
Kind of a do-it-yourself constellation kit.
Yep. There. I'm going to check on Bong and Feng. See how he's coming with that door.
They probably blew themselves up.
Yeah. See you later.
Later.
Next stop, top floor.
Once I transmit the data, I'm on to extraction?
That's the plan. If we can confirm the LZ is safe, we'll extract you directly from the rooftop.
And if it's not safe? Lambert, I'm in position.
Iron Man, this is Moondog. Begin transmission now. Weird. Did the laser trip that? Eject! Eject! We gotta dump this data!
Lambert, we have a problem.
Indicates at least 4 more retrievers.
Fisher, the plane went down before they could purge the data. We need to get to the wreckage and make sure the North Koreans don't recover it.
NK regulars are setting up portable radar reconnaissance receivers. See if you can take them all out. Good job, Sam. RF monitoring indicates at least 4 more P3Rs active in your AO.
I thought you said we'd be safe up here.
We are safe up here.
What? The bomb just hit the building.
Oh, that. Well, we're not safe from bombs.
What are we safe from then?
Infantry, listen. Bombs don't want to kill you. It's purely statistical. There's nothing in the world more dangerous than an infantryman on a rifle. I'd rather take my chances with the bombs.
You are scaring the crap out of me.
have RF confirmation that there are only 2 P3Rs left in your area.
Yeah, what is... Huh?
I found out what that beeping sound was.
Is it a dud?
I don't know.
Check it!
You check it.
Okay.
Easy.
Take cover!
I want my mommy.
We're still alive.
Easy.
Look, let's just take that patrol data into the UAV and get out of here before it does go off.
Good idea.
Whoa, good grab, Sam. Looks like the complete technical specifications on North Korean UAVs.
So what, we can just switch them all off now?
Ha, no. But we can pass it up the chain and inside of a few months find ways to disable them.
Well, that's not much help to me then, is it?
What is that? Lost him. Damn. He's good.
We have multiple reports of more active armor in your immediate AO.
Great.
Somewhere!
One more P3R to go, Fisher.
I'm fine.
What's up with the
Our
lights?
Democratic Party Army.
I thought I heard something.
The oppressor is your lazy American demon. Who's there?
Good job, Sam. Never hurts to have another line into the NKA command network.
I can hear you moving around back there. Come out.
Way to go, Sam. With those P3Rs out of commission, it'll be a lot safer to extract you.
Wow, you mean you're actually planning to get me out of here alive one day?
is too badly damaged to recover the data. You'll need to fall back and designate the target for an airstrike. Use the structure down the street for your platform.
Let me get the pilots to safety first.
We don't have a lot of time, Sam. An NKA recovery team is en route.
Are you ordering me to leave these guys here and call in an airstrike?
I'm telling you what the objective is. Trusting you to complete it. You have your orders. Fisher, if you compromise this mission for those men...
Save it, Irving. You gave me my orders already.
Nothing.
All right, Fisher. Good job. You should be safe from the blast here. Designate the wreckage with your EEV from the roof. All right, the pilots are safe. Now take out that plane.
With pleasure.
You should be able to designate the wreckage with your EEV from the top of this structure.
All right.
All right, Fisher. You have an F-117 inbound. Stand by.
Roger. Target is painted.
Hello there, Paperboy. This is Postman. We have your glare. Stay on target.
Affirmative, Postman.
And there you go, Paperboy. The package is in the mail.
Visual on the package, Postman.
Have a better one. Postman out.
What do you mean the attack came from Japan? They're our allies.
Mr. President, these attacks represent the most sophisticated application of information warfare ever imagined. The missile launch came through Japan, yes, but it seems likely it was triggered by elements of a private security operation. Displace International.
Displace? That's Doug Shetland's outfit. We have contracts with them.
Who's Shetland?
Former Marine recon, among the very best. He was one of my top candidates for 3rd Echelon a few years ago. No love lost for the military or the United States. Rumor is that we hung him out to dry for political reasons over an incident that wasn't his fault. We can only speculate as to what his agenda is.
Well, how do we defuse the situation until we know?
Maybe the Chinese can help.
Gotcha.
Echelon tracked down Doug Shetland in Tokyo 6 hours ago. He's mobile and he's wireless. And from what we've managed to decrypt, it looks like he's about to wrap up his business with whoever his Japanese contacts are. From what we've managed to pick out of the air, it looks like he and his men are about to converge on a bathhouse in the middle of the city. We need to find out who Shetland is meeting with and do everything we can to prevent him from closing his deal.
Clearly, the attack that crippled the Walsh and force-launched the missile from the battery went through Seoul, but it originated in Japan. Shetland has something to do with it, and my line into the displaced servers shows that he's definitely profiteering on this war. In order to shut down his operation and prevent any further escalation, we need to ID his business partners and make sure they don't leave there with any more of Zerkezi's weaponized algorithms.
Fisher, the bathhouse where this meeting is going down is a semi-public place. There will be civilians in there, and probably a boatload of goons. Shetland's men seem to be popping up all around Tokyo in the last hour or so, and converging simultaneously on the location. Frances Cohen has been in Asia for the last few months, and she's found some ties between the bathhouse ownership and a Japanese criminal organization known as the Red Nation. It's possible that they are Shetland's partners. Fisher, I just got a request from Frances Cohen.
What does she need?
She's been trying to get a man inside the bathhouse for a long time to keep tabs on the Red Nation. She wants to know if you can tap the phone lines in and around the building.
Francis? Of course I can.
Good work, Fisher. That's the first phone line. See if you can tap into the rest.
That time I'm sure I saw something. Yeah, be on your guard. Something's up. Hopefully just another false alarm. There's no such thing as being too careful. What's that sound?
Just a reminder, Sam. You'll have some civilians in the bathhouse. Do not, I repeat, do not kill any of them.
I'll be careful.
Be more than careful. Be Gandhi.
Yes.
Central, this is 7. I finished the basement. All clear.
Fisher, those guys don't look Japanese to me.
Yeah, expensive suits cut wide in the shoulders. They're packing for sure.
Exactly. I make them for displays, trying to keep a low profile.
Makes sense. Doug knows how to stay discreet when it's necessary.
Fisher, in order to figure out who Shetland is meeting with, you'll need to head up into the private offices. Check upstairs, to the north of your position, and past reception.
On my way.
The lights! Damn it, he's toying with me. Kill the lights! What was that?
Is the upstairs secure?
Yeah. Might be some Red Nation guys up in the private rooms, but I didn't disturb them. How about the front?
It's tight. A truck is blocking the alley, and I sent the guys unloading it for a coffee break.
Which guys?
Just some guys. Worker guys.
What? You just said, hey, why don't you guys take a break, and they did?
Well, I gave them 100,000 yen.
Oh, okay. Well, don't forget to expense that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Going to lay up. Like a seminar. Here it is. Perfect. Just to the left of the ring. Chip from here and a short cut from the state. Well, can't afford to fall any further behind the
I don't want to hurt you, so tell me something useful.
I know lots of useful things.
Fantastic. Run down the list.
The door code to the owner's office is 3650.
Good.
There are some men barricaded in a room next to the owner's office. There is a vent in the wall that joins the rooms.
Very helpful.
It is my pleasure to serve you. Please, come again.
Fisher, those two aren't displaced. They're ISDF assault troops.
What is ISDF doing here?
I'm not exactly sure, but we still need to find out how the Red Nation is involved.
The owner's computer.
It's in the office you just went through.
Got it. Shetland's meeting in the private baths in the back of the bathhouse in a little while.
Who's he meeting?
Red Nation from the looks of it. Cohen was right. The bathhouse owner is pretty high up in the Japanese mob.
But if the ISDF is here...
Maybe Shetland's Yakuza buddies are planning to sell him out.
I'm gonna go spy on Shetland's meeting before the ISDF gets too excited and tries to take him down.
They're on the 16th fairway with about 200 yards to the pin.
Damn it! What's wrong with this? What is that? Switch the light. That light is busted. Someone's trying to put us off our game. Well, we'll see about that. Well, whatever it was, it ain't here now. Guess we could write that one off.
Way to go, Sam. Cohen says there's one more phone line she'd like you to tap.
Whoa! You scared me there for a second.
Security! Security! Anybody! Help! Hey! I could use a hand here! Crap! What is going on? Help! Help! I need a hand here!
next?
That's the last phone line, Fisher. Cohen sends her thanks.
Tell her it was my pleasure.
Someone has thrown this gander out.
Zachary!
Yes, sir.
I just double-checked the blueprints. Turns out there's a vent that comes out in the meeting room. ISDF makes me nervous. Make sure the vent is clear of any surveillance gear.
Yes, sir.
Be quick about it. The meeting will start soon.
I'm on it.
Lambert, ISDF is in the building. Are they making their move?
Docria.
I haven't been able to contact Otomo. I don't know what's going on.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I told you I've taken care of everything. We're secure.
Jesus, Lambert. ISDF isn't here to take Shetland down. They're meeting with him. They're his partners.
My God. Stay there. We need to hear the details before we go to the Joint Chiefs with this.
Did not bring them? We're not going to follow you across Tokyo.
Relax, Kaneda. I'll just download them and burn you a disc.
Ha! You take me for a fool. You are not stupid enough to download them over a public network. What are you up to?
I said relax. You're right. I'm not that stupid. My men just finished setting up a shadow net. Completely secure wireless, discreet from the web. Now sit. You'll have your algorithms in about 4 minutes. Call it!
Lambert.
Let it go, Fisher. We know the truth. We'll pick up the pieces after the dust settles.
Save it, Kaneda. I've seen it before. You're defending your honor to cover up your lies. Should I check the account, or should we start shooting and see who walks out of here?
Anita! Tetsuo! No, no, no! Please! We can work this out!
We're switching the fallback.
The chopper's on its way.
Good. Secure this area. No one comes through.
Yes, sir.
Fisher?
Kill Shetland. I know.
Good thinking, Fisher. Looks like Shetland is using Zerkezi's infinite recursion code to run genetic algorithms that allow him to remotely organize his men.
What?
Wow. Looks like Shetland can establish objectives, and the software will break them down to and mail them out to his men.
So these people all swarm a target location independently, complete the sub-objectives without ever knowing what the plan is.
Exactly. Kind of a bizarre inverse of Nikolai's Black Dagger.
some cover! Over there! Incoming shot! Use terminal force!
This is pointless, Sam. You won't know what to do if you catch me. Why bother chasing?
My God, Fisher! Shetland has rigged the place to blow. There are bombs hidden in the furnace room. You'll have to find them all, and fast.
Mason and Lambert have you wrapped around their fingers, Fisher. You're no more to them than any other weapon. You've made yourself the instrument of a policy you don't believe in, Sam. Walk away. Blood is thicker than water, and you and I have bled a lot together. You're trading your honor for their agenda. Doesn't have to end like this, Sam.
No, but it does have to end.
On that we agree. We've been fighting their dirty little wars our entire lives, and where do we end up? Staring at each other down the barrels of our guns. Nothing has changed, Bishop. And it won't change by degrees. We have to tear it down and start over. It's the only way.
Your own little chaos theory, throw the world into war and hope that what comes out the other side is better.
It will be better. Because this war will change things, Sam. Every other war has been about keeping things the same, but the status quo doesn't work anymore. America's sick, Sam. She's dying. The politicians, the bureaucrats, the whispered backroom deals, it's all life support for a sick old lady who was dead a long time ago.
The only backroom deals that I've seen lately were made by you. You're a murderer and a war criminal.
Those are the only names the state has for the revolutionaries, Sam. You only become a hero after the war is over. You know the truth. The world is built from the bottom up, not the other way around. Honor, courage, fidelity. We don't inherit these things from the world, Sam. We build the world from them. I know you. You believe in these things more than any government. And I know that because of it, you wouldn't shoot an old friend.
You're right, Doug. I wouldn't shoot an old friend.
Events today jeopardized diplomatic efforts when North Korean armor encountered a so-called self-healing minefield while attempting to withdraw from the area.
North Korean forces were adequately cautioned that self-healing minefields along the DMZ should not be considered cleared obstacles. We're back at the brink of war, and now we find out it is the Japanese?
The Japanese are allies.
I don't care if they're the Christmas elves. They sank the Walsh.
We don't know that their government was involved.
We know Admiral Otomo was involved, and we know where the gentleman is. We have to go in now, immediately.
The fact is, we don't know how far the conspiracy goes. If Otomo's actions are sanctioned by the Japanese government, then the only solution is military. But if he's acting alone...
Your man again?
He's already in position.
Send him in.
The State Department has lost contact with all of the U.S. officers who work at the Kokubo Sosho with the Japanese Self-Defense Force. It looks like the SDF have taken them prisoner, and they're refusing to answer our calls. In typical fashion, the Japanese are circling their wagons. Either they're afraid to admit they've lost control of Otomo, or they're actually sanctioning him. If that's the case, we'll have to come clean with North Korea, which will spark a massive war in Asia. If not, we need to find out what our officers know, and figure out what to do about Otomo before North Korea finds out what's going on.
Sam, even if the Japanese government is not sanctioning him, Otomo still clearly has the capacity to strike. If he's still in control of the information arm of the SDF, you'll need to deal with him very carefully. There's no telling what kind of havoc he could unleash.
Last contact we had with any U.S. personnel in the Kokubo Sosho was a fragment of a phone call from Major Harper, a logistics advisor to GSDF. From the sounds of the call, the room he was in was raided by Japanese troops and he was taken prisoner. It doesn't sound like anyone has been killed, and if there's any hope of maintaining peaceful relations with the Japanese, you're going to have to keep it that way.
Fisher, I can't stress this enough. If one Japanese soldier dies, we risk World War III. Any fatalities and I abort the mission immediately.
I understand.
Locate our officers. Find out what the hell is going on there.
I'll find them.
Did you hear the news? The rescue was successful. You're kidding me? No, that Chinese guy. He spacewalked over, tethered his capsule to the station, and brought back another two astronauts. Wow, that's amazing.
Nice building. I'm gonna suggest they hire your designer to do some work on the Pentagon.
What do you want?
A news update. What's happening here tonight?
I know nothing.
You probably know more than you think. Just talk.
No. Some men have been moved around, guarding inside. A captain was here earlier getting volunteers. Not sure what for. I should have stayed home. It was karaoke night.
A pair of spectacles was found in the 4th floor men's washroom. You may retrieve them from the front security desk. Subcompact with license for Shibuya 300.
You stay in this room and keep quiet.
We didn't say anything.
Keep it that way. I have orders not to shoot you, but I have orders not to let you escape. Let's not find out which order is more important.
We're not soldiers. We're just desk jockeys. We're perfectly comfortable here.
I'm not going to the bathroom.
Okay, fine. We can hold it. We'll be right here.
Yes, you will.
Hey, you're American.
Maybe, but I'm not here to rescue you.
That's okay. We're not really hostages anyway.
What's going on?
Not too sure. SDF rounded up all the U.S. personnel and locked us up. We saw some generals and ministers being brought in earlier.
Where did they go?
Into the war room in the sub-level.
The doors to the lower levels are sealed.
The captain was just up here looking for combat-ready volunteers to go down there. Maybe the doors are open now.
Perfect timing. Somebody will come for you later.
Sam, we need to record everything that happens in that meeting so we can present it to the Joint Chiefs.
It would speed things up if you'd let me remove some of the threats.
Forget it, Fisher. Until we know who the enemy is, there is no enemy. No enemy means no kills. Deal with it.
Technician Tomorrow, report to utility room. Technician Tomorrow to utility room.
It is non-lethal anyway.
You ever been hit by one of those?
Fisher, from the looks of it, these guards are LTL equipped.
Less than lethal. Why?
There's only one reason I can think of that they'd issue them to combat troops. They'll want to interrogate anyone they catch.
Well, I'm not the talkative type.
Told you, Tom is a sack of rice.
Oh, sack of rice. Who switched off the rice? Something's up here. Physical. What's wrong now? They penetrate here something. Show yourself!
Report to receiving. Mr. Champagne to receiving.
Are you just trying to play with me? I can take it. Nothing here. I am... piece of junk.
Nice toy. What kind of ammo does it use?
How about you let me go, and I'll show you.
Don't get smart.
Okay. It's some kind of shock round. Electric.
Interesting. You have any extra?
Oh, it's not like you can shake me and make my ammo fall on the floor to pick up.
You're awfully flippant for someone with a knife to his throat.
All right. I think they keep some extras in the storeroom.
Has been double parked. Please, move your vehicle.
Gotcha.
A reminder to all enlisted personnel, log in and out with your warrant officer after hours.
I saw something there. Crap! Nothing!
Mr. Jampé, report to receiving. Mr. Jampé, to receiving.
Okay, you are getting jumpy. Just forget it.
A reminder, no memos are to be posted on facility cockpits without approval from warrant officer Yamata.
Fisher, GPS shows you're nearing the war room. Intelligence says it's a Tempest-hardened cube. The only way you'll be able to record what's going on in there is to find some way inside.
Tempest hardening might keep out electronic intruders, but I'm betting the room isn't airtight.
Probably not.
Sam, I've got some details on the building's infrastructure. This vent should come out directly over the war room.
I'll try and laser mic the meeting from there.
Good. We'll let you know when we have enough to make the Joint Chiefs happy.
We cannot, but if he has control, political suicide. We have already taken the Americans.
Hello. Sir, he is Admiral Otomo.
Admiral, what is the meaning of this? You will repeal the post-war constitution. You will order the immediate remilitarization of Japan and return control of our nation to the order of the Emperor. United States will support this act politically and militarily to release themselves from further financial and military obligations, thereby concluding our relationship in Asia.
This is impossible. Even if we repeal the Constitution, the Emperor would never.
The Emperor will do what the military tells him! I am not an unreasonable man. These efforts will take time. I have faith in your honor and prudence. So I give you 96 hours.
96? The people will never allow it.
If in 4 days these demands are not met, I will initiate the launch of a North Korean ballistic missile and sacrifice a Japanese city of my choosing. Regrettably, this will kill millions, but it will steal the will of the people if your appeals cannot. For the sake of your honor, and for the sake of Japan, I plead with you, do not force my hand in this matter.
That's it. He caught the signal. My God.
Good God, Fisher. That confirms it. Otomo has been manipulating the Japanese government the entire time.
At least they're not sanctioning his actions. What's the next step? How do we stop Otomo?
If we're lucky, we might not have to.
What do you mean?
Grim?
I'm worried about that general, Fisher. He's been awfully quiet working on his laptop. Access it from here. Let's see what he's planning.
Will do.
My God. We are doomed. We cannot do that. He cannot tell the Americans. He cannot fail. He has lost his mind.
Ronan, you are gold. I repeat, you are gold. Affirmative. Open it. Code's been changed. Attack. Back. Come on, open the door. Just about. Got it. Back up. Pretty and clear. Go. Clear, clear, clear. We're in the tube. Watch your fire in there, Ronan. Affirmative. Form up. Keep it tight. Watch your angle. Ronin! Ronin! Come in, Ronin! Oh, come in! Ronin! Up! Ronin is locked! We're done!
The Admiral again, sir. Admiral, we...
Fool! You waste your time to scheme like a dog. If you are unable to act honorably, then I will force you to act. You will not be able to deny the demands of the people after North Korea destroys one of our cities. You will know which one when it is annihilated.
What are our options? 72 hours. How do we contact the Emperor?
Good Lord. Otomo is going to launch a North Korean missile at his own country.
What's the time frame?
Could be hours, could be minutes. Get down there and destroy his servers.
What about extraction?
If you can't take out those servers before Otomo forces a launch, there won't be any reason to extract.
And if I do take out the servers?
We'll make that part up as we go.
That's half a plan if I've ever heard one.
I just got off the horn with the Joint Chiefs. I'm lifting the non-lethal mission parameter. Fifth freedom with everyone except Otomo.
You're kidding me.
We need to capture him alive. His profile is pretty clear. He won't lie to a war crimes tribunal in the face of the evidence. It would offend his sense of honor.
You need him to take responsibility so the rest of Japan is off the hook with North Korea.
Exactly. If Otomo dies, we're right back at square one. Bring him in breathing.
Fools! They're sending another assault team! Cut the power to the elevators!
Fisher, North Korea just contacted NORAD and the President. They report that they've lost control of a launch facility. They can't abort, and they're not sure that they can destroy the missile on time.
How long?
They say 3 minutes until it's away.
I think I can reach the server in time.
Hurry up! Good thinking, Fisher.
Any line on what's going on in this place can only help.
Absolutely. They say 60 seconds until it's away. God, Fisher. That aborted for launch.
Yeah, but I think it woke up the neighbors.
Get through them, Fisher. Then bring in Otomo alive.
My pleasure.
What have you done, American?
Give it up, Admiral. It's over.
You think that I will surrender to you? You think that I will allow your people to strip me of my dignity? Throw me in chains? No, I think not. My people have endured your charming oppression for more than 60 years.
You say tomato.
Americans, all
always turning to their jokes when their hearts are full of fear. And you should be afraid. I may be defeated, but I am a man, and ideas are stronger than men. You may even prevent this war, American, but the dragon has awoken, and he will not be so easily sedated this time.
Now what?
I think someone is taking himself a bit too seriously.
We can't afford to let him die, Fisher. Get in there and stabilize him. Fast. Good work, Fisher. He's stable, but we still have to get him out of there. You're going to have to blast your way out.
We're over 100 feet underwater.
You're not pressurized, Fisher. It will be a shock, but you won't get the bends.
Next time, you're going on the mission and I'm making up the crazy plan.
Admiral Otomo, former head of the Japanese Information Self-Defense Force, made a surprise confession today on the witness stand at the Hague War Crimes trial. Otomo openly admitted conspiring to instigate war between the Koreas and the United States, claiming that In other news, China's ambassador to the United States, Long Dan, received the Nobel Peace Prize today for his efforts in diffusing the Korean conflict. President Bowers today addressed the nation following the crisis that brought us to the brink of war.
Finally, I want to take a moment to thank those unsung heroes in the intelligence community who may very well have saved our nation and the world from certain disasters.
Thank you, Mr. President.
The boss seems happy. How about that raise?
They're cutting us back. You'll have to settle for a vacation.
Yeah, right.
You've entered his world. You've played the games, but you won't know the whole story until you've seen the movie. Paramount Pictures presents Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, the movie. Coming soon, only to theaters.